We're live here. PO
Hi.
and IllXplicit.
Hello.
Hello, guys.
Superb. How are
It's
you?
going great. It's going great. It's a little nice out today.
Pretty good. It is super nice out today. It was wild, not nice out yesterday. It's just gonna get real green. It was real rainy. And it's real hot.
I'm happy. It's not snowing.
Yeah.
Let's give it up for Mother Nature.
Woo.
Big shout out. Big shout out. I'm a fan. So, what have you guys been up to lately in the old Lethbridge music? Well, actually, first, maybe give the people a little introduction to yourself. Like, tell them who you are,
There you go.
how you're involved in the old hip hop scene.
I'll start. I'm Poe, a.k.a. Pissed Off,
There you go.
a.k.a. Taylor Wall. That's what everyone knows me by. Wall. I'm from Tabor. I've lived in Lethbridge a couple years. I moved back to Tabor due to financial issues. I met my buddy IllXplicit through college. We started vibing, freestyling, smoking cigarettes, loving life. And, much before that, I was always playing guitar and drumming since I was a kid, 8, 10 years old. And, yeah, fate found us, and we always stuck together through thick and thin. It's always been me and Ill.
Yeah.
Dope. Love the guy.
My
and
name
I love
is,
music.
Yeah, my name IllXplicit, also known as Ill, also known as Jay. Yeah, like Taylor said, we just been kind of working, like just hanging out. We met in college, and it was just one party we were at together, and it just so happens to be freestyling. And I'm like, oh shit, I can freestyle. And yeah, pretty much we just kind of like became fam from there. And then
So, how
Yeah.
long ago was that? Like, how many years ago?
God, that was like what,
4
5 years ago?
or 5 years ago. 2013.
Yeah,
5 years ago.
2013.
And what'd you guys go to college for?
Well, actually, surprisingly, we graduated from the same program. It's
Communication arts.
yeah.
Okay.
He was in
Okay.
the public relations side. I was in the broadcasting side.
But
Yeah.
both communicated best through rap.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right.
I stutter with my words a lot. I like having a script, and I like writing, but like just going off the top, I could say my basic things, only what I know, but I'm not good at being put on the spot.
It's pretty tough. I mean, mind you, you're just going off with some freestyles apparently off the top of the head, and that was pretty on the spot. So you're
Yeah.
getting better, at least.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Maybe we'll get to some more if we can get some aux going here.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
We could actually do it. Yeah, you could run it through the mixer, but you know.
Nice. Right.
Might sound like garbage.
I don't
I
know.
don't know. I guess the
It
people
would
will
sound
find
fine.
out.
Yeah, like with going back to with Ill and Poe. Basically, Taylor was working with Sam Hill, kind of in this the
Right.
background with his music. And
Still am. Love the boys. Shout out.
yeah,
Sammy and the Fiend.
Sammy and the Fiend. Oh, and yeah, he's like, I could just see the passion that he had, and I was like, okay, like, well, and then at the same time, I was working with Jared about late last year, and me and him just kind of branded together, and he was with a group called the Blood Res Crew, and then he decided to go like solo, and he's like, I want to do my own thing, and I could use a manager, and then I was like, well, I kind of sat on it for a bit, just a little bit, and then eventually I just said, you know what, fuck it, like I'm just gonna jump in the scene and see where it takes me, and yeah, it was I've just been managing him since since me and him started together like 10 months ago. We
Word.
released an album, an EP, a couple music videos. We're still working on a music video pretty soon. So shout out to JPB though, like for helping me out, like introducing me to the scene. Because if it wasn't for him, man, like I wouldn't be rapping. Because homie started fucking like
That's how I met you.
15 years ago. Like Jared started 15 years ago.
50 years ago, 5-0.
5-0.
Damn.
No.
Holy.
I'm
He
impressed.
looks good for his age.
15 years ago.
He was
back
ahead
in-
of his time.
Yeah, dude. But no, he was always working with rap, and that's what kind of attracted me to hip hop. Was just like, he was just like, oh man, check out this scene, like check out this track. Do you like this? I'm like, fuck yeah. And then in the back of my head, I'm like, I could write something to this. and then right from there, I just been working with music. But yeah, like
Word.
I'm IllXplicit. This is Poe. We're also known as Illest Poetics. And if you can't catch that, there's an ill Poe in those words.
Oh, shit. Very poetic.
Very.
So you started out making beats or rapping initially?
I was writing. I've been writing since I was like 10 years old.
Okay.
So it was always just like writing what I felt, how I felt, just expressing my, like if I was going having a shitty day or
But in like
having
poetic fashion?
almost, yeah, like poetic fashion pretty much. And then eventually I started kind of drifting into the hip hop, and that's when it just became like it just started
Okay.
branding out from there. But going like, and then I started working on beats after, like the moment I was like, oh, this is a sick verse. I want something to go with, and I'm listening to all these instrumentals, and it's just like, these are all like, these don't fit.
Right.
And then that's, I was like, okay, well, like, let me, like, it was just a month off from work, and I was just like, all right, well, let me just sit down, let me write something, I'm gonna do something. And
Word.
that's when I was introduced to FL Studio, and that's when it was just, yeah.
Ooh.
That's
The
shortly
classic.
after then I met you.
Yeah.
Pretty loose.
Shortly after, probably a year or so, maybe.
Yeah, about a year. Like, I was brewing a lot of beats, and that's when it was introduced to, like, I taught myself sampling from the FL Studio side.
Slice
And-
X.
Slice X.
Slice
Yeah,
X.
yeah. That's,
I remember
that's the
first
one.
year we had a big spare. First year of college we had a spare, and we had like 4 hours to do nothing. So we would smoke and freestyle or whatever. And one time it's like, yo, let's go for a drive. We go in my car, light a smoke, and he just has his playlist of all these beats that he made, and I had no idea. And we were rapping for like a month together already. He's like,
Damn.
yeah, I got like all these.
You'd been
and
in
he pulls
hiding.
out like a sample of "Since I've Been Loving You" by Led Zeppelin. He had, I can't remember some other ones, but these samples
like-
were just classic rock songs, but ones that were never used.
Yeah.
Right.
Ones that
like-
were used well.
Yeah, like I showed him a bunch of samples that I took from like even newer bands like the Black Keys, Weezer,
Word.
My Morning Jacket.
Ooh, that was one of my favorite ones.
Yeah, and then I also have older ones like Marvin Gaye, Al Green, Jill Scott Heron, and
Word.
like I was just kind of dabbling. I was just going through all these old classic songs, and yeah, I just put them together, and I was like, oh shit, this is pretty good.
Word. And Poe, do you come from like a rock background? That's kind of what like made you
Definitely.
gravitate towards it at first. That like Led Zeppelin sample caught your ear.
Yeah, I was always grew up on rock from my dad
Yeah.
and whatnot, and I was always kind of into like Eminem and 50 Cent, you know, the basics. But it wasn't until like the real lyrical stuff came out, then I was like, you know, this actually has some meaning, and it kind of just at a place in my life where I needed something more musically than just metal or rock. I needed,
Right.
you know. And now I'm at a place in life where I just love everything in music.
Well, it's the cool thing about hip hop is like it lends itself well to like blending different genres together. It's like
Yeah.
you can sample anything, right? You can sample Led Zeppelin, like you can take these like metal ideas and turn it into a hip hop song, and and like you say, kind of I don't know, you express yourself in a different way through rapping than you would necessarily through like singing through. for other
Exactly.
Surprisingly,
genres.
like Poe is a freaking amazing singer. Like he'd sing me these songs that he's been sitting on for
Beautiful.
a while, like, and it's just like, oh man, that's so strong. And then I kind of started singing a little bit, and then what got them to be like, oh fuck, this guy has a good voice, was All Your Faces when we went out to karaoke night, and I sang Sublime. Santeria, and you guys were just blown away, and I was just like, oh shit, okay.
Yeah, you never belted like that in your life, I bet.
No. It's like I had to let it all out. But yeah, it was fun though. Like that's one thing I love with working with Poe is like he's just so like, well, everything that I'm doing and he suggests is like, oh shit, I never thought about that. That's actually a really good idea. And then we'll work with it and it works. And then
I'm no technical dude. I'm not very good with the computers, but I understand keys and bass lines and how they go with the top and how a nice vocal melody can go over that and just the
Word.
whole song structure idea.
Right.
I really have I'm getting a better grasp on it every day, but I feel like
Yeah.
I've always kind of had a bit of an upper hand.
Right.
Just, I don't know. I'm gifted, I guess. I have an ear. Maybe that's all I have. Maybe I
Did you
just
play
have an
any
ear.
any bands growing up or anything?
Yeah, I've always kind of been in and out of bands. I took lessons when I was 8 years old through Pruger's Music back in Lethbridge here. I don't know what it's called. Or no, it's a Chinese liquor store now.
Right.
And yeah, I was one of the kids that the teacher's like, yeah, let's get you in a band. And there was two 12-year-olds, a 13-year-old, a 14-year-old, and myself at 9. And we were all in this band, and I was singing over all these other guys,
puberty.
prepubescent
Hitting the
singing.
soprano notes.
Oh yeah,
and those high notes.
it was weird. I don't know. I probably wasn't any good at all, but Yeah, it was
Well,
fun.
like you say, maybe you're gifted. You just got the feel for it.
Yeah.
Sam Hill describes you as their secret weapons, so maybe that's
Oh.
where that comes from.
Thank you, Sammy.
The secret weapon,
It's true, dude. You
Yeah.
are
the back
gifted.
pocket.
Yeah,
Thank you.
man. You're out there, dude.
Oh,
It's just-
I feel the love.
You just been concealed. Now it's time to let Poe out.
Yeah, Poe's coming out hot and heavy
And so,
to
you,
a city New Year.
and so you played drums, you played keys, guitar, all of it, sort of thing.
I'd say keys is definitely my weakest point.
Okay.
I don't really know them very well, but I can sound them out. But yeah, I've been
Word.
playing guitar since I was 8, and
Okay.
that bass naturally comes along with that.
Yeah.
And drums, I picked up from Rock Band, like the video game.
Same,
I
kind
was
of.
like, yeah. And then I brought my dad downstairs and watched me one day. I was like, I think I could use a real drum set, Dad. Pretty sure I could rock the hell out of it. Like, you
It's
should buy
really
me one.
similar, actually. Like, to be totally
And
honest.
he's like, yeah, I think we'll get you one tomorrow. Sure enough, I got the same one 10, 15 years, 12 years later.
Damn.
Same kit.
Yeah,
It's been
I remember.
lots of places with me.
I remember like one time, like Taylor was like, "Yo, you guys want to come out to a party in Tabor?" And I was like, "Fuck yeah!" So we go out, and he shows us his fucking cave, and this is the one room that he had. It was like a drum kit, keyboard, guitars, amps, bass. And I'm just like, holy shit! And he's like, "Here," and he hands me a mic. I'm like, "Go with it." And he's on a drum set, and I'm just sitting there kicking freestyles.
Oh, good
Like,
times. That's some of the best vibes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Word, for sure. Well, that's pretty
You,
cool.
you play anything there, Yahtzen?
I mean, I played drums a little bit. Like, I never had a drum kit growing up, but I had an uncle who plays drums. He still plays drums, like, professionally down in Vegas.
No
Like, He just
way.
plays, like, random gigs, and he's been making a living doing
shit.
that for, like, a long time. So I remember when I was really young, like, he gave me, like, a drum pad, and he showed me just some, like, basic, like, paradiddles and stuff
Oh,
like that. Like, he
yeah.
just really, like, broke it down.
Wow.
Because he's like, I can't really send you home with a drum set, but I can send you home with this little, like, drum pad, right? So
Yeah.
he gave me
Dope.
that, and then, like, I
Practice your rudiments.
I practiced the rudiments a little bit, and then honestly, like I remember playing Rock Band in like 8th grade around there sort of
Yep,
thing,
yep.
and getting like fucking good. Like I was doing like expert difficulty.
To the Metallicas you like graduated
Yeah.
to. Which is
Well,
like,
and because I'd been playing like drum, like on my buddy's drum kit a little bit. Like in band class, I played the trumpet, but I'd go over to my buddy's house and play his drum kit.
oh yeah. Fuck yeah.
And then
you were a band geek, eh?
well, I was only in middle school. I quit after middle school because the high school band teacher seemed like a fucking dick, so I didn't really want to mess around with it. But I did
I
have fun
stuck
with
it out
Did
all
you?
7 years, 6
Really?
to 12, and I played the trombone.
Oh,
I loved it. I'd love to get my hands on a trombone, anybody. Come on.
Yeah, we should get some trombone on some tracks. That'd be sick.
But yeah, and then after school on Tuesdays, I would play the drums in the jazz band.
Oh, word.
That was the shit. Only
Nice.
the coolest of the cool were in jazz
The
band.
coolest
Yeah.
of the coolest band members.
But yeah, we had a little jazz band class, and that's where I would play drums sometimes. Like,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
we had like I played trumpet, but then someone else played trumpet as well. So like, if they could just do the trumpet solo on the track, then like I could go to do the drums.
Nice.
It's kind of a weird trade-off situation. But so I played that a little bit then, but I never had a drum kit of my own or anything. And then a
Huh.
couple years ago, I just I bought this fucking MIDI keyboard drum pad thing,
Yeah.
and started fucking around on there making beats. And I mean, mostly it's like the core of it is usually chopping samples and then like layering the percussion on top of that.
Uh-huh.
But
Dude,
I
you're
got
like
kind of a feel for it.
You're like sweating gold, man. Like that's
Oh,
like
dude.
that's like
Everything
that.
I'm hearing, I'm like, please don't tell me Yahtzen produces. This is amazing.
Yeah, like I remember like the first time like I heard you guys, and it was the We Are Hip Hop Part 2.
Word, okay.
And that's when like I just like was just attracted, and then like you in the background, I was like, oh shit, they even have a DJ. I wonder if that's the producer. So then I linked up with Chronic Phonics, Brett, shout out. He just like was standing there and he's like, hey man, like how's it going? And I was
Yeah.
like, oh, not too bad. He's like, you jumping on stage? I'm like, no. I'm actually here on behalf of JPB. And then that's when me and him just kind of started linking
Word.
up, and then he introduced me to you.
Yeah, word.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been making beats with them for I guess like a year and a bit now. Like I met Brett I was just randomly I went to this show. It was at Inferno. Do you guys remember
Oh,
Inferno?
yeah.
There was like a free show there, and I'd been making beats for maybe like 6 months at that point. And I saw ONTK play. it was like Brett and then Dustin, who's kind of been getting back into the fold, and then their old homie Spilly. There was the three of them as ONTK, and they like had just put an album out. Actually, like you can go and find that on Spotify. It's like the old look ONTK.
Yeah.
It was this different person making beats. This girl, Lady Beatrice.
Ooh,
Anyway,
cool name.
Yeah.
Nice.
But I saw them play the show there, and then like I went up and talked to him afterwards and just asked him about his beats. And I guess this Lady Beatrice girl had like fucked off to the mountains and like cut off contact with people. So he's like, well, I don't really have any beats right now, so I'd definitely be down to work. And then it just so happened we lived like a couple blocks away from each other, so pretty much that whole summer he was over every day, and we were cooking up. And we made this mixtape, Static. I don't know if you guys have heard that. It's up on SoundCloud. It's
Yeah, I checked it out.
oh, word, yeah. Pretty rough, but I feel like we had like good ideas. We just had like a shitty recording setup, and it was good to just kind of like refine the process through that. And then from there we started playing some shows, and then meeting some people around town, and then working together with some other artists and shit. And then I mean, we just kind of like formed this big like super group is kind of what we're trying to do at this point. The super crew.
It's brewing, dude.
Yeah.
Like
You guys are popping.
reflecting
Thanks,
back though, like going back to that We Are Hip Hop Part 3 was like the debut of Sam Hill, and he wasn't even put on the bill. Like he wasn't put on the bill.
That was a sick surprise. Like honestly, that's what I was hoping for. Like going into that show, right?
Yeah.
Like being like, man, if like somebody just comes out of nowhere and takes this shit, and we find out about some new dope rapper, like that's pretty much the best case scenario. Like honestly,
What happened was I reached out to Tyler Gow, fucking
AKA
Sam
Sam.
Hill, and he was so into it. He was like, yeah, man, like totally. What's his date? Give me the date. And I was like, oh, it's this show at this place.
Yeah.
And then he was like, oh shit, that's where Jordan Ostrom.
Word.
He was like, oh, that's the same show Jordan was hooking me up with. And I'm like,
Yeah.
He's like, well, we're not on the bill. I was like, should I even come? And I'm like, dude, just fucking come.
Yeah.
Like, I guaranteed if you, like, go there and you show your dedication,
Yeah.
he will put you on there. And
Word.
he was like, all right, dude. And then before I knew it, I was, like, rushing after work, and I'm heading there. And then he's like, yeah, like, we were just helping out.
Was that the one that we set up?
Yeah,
All the
you
shit
guys
at
helped
studio?
set up. And then that's
Oh,
when you,
dude.
that's when you guys.
Blizzarding that day.
Yeah.
We had to haul in all the speakers and monitors and
shit,
all
for
this shit.
real?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
they were like a big handful of help, and I was like, kill it. I know you're gonna kill it. He's like, fuck yeah. And like, I was like, so who you jumping on with? And he's like, well, it's just Poe and Sam. And like, well, Sam Hill and Poe, and they fucking blew it away, like blew it out of the water. And at the same point, it was SBB. You guys were going up against, I think. Well, it was a tie between SBB and Stratum.
Oh,
403.
I think for second.
Wasn't it?
I don't know.
I think it was you guys got first, we got second, and then
Yes,
SBB
yes.
and Stratum were tied for third
For
or
third,
something.
yeah, and they had to do a freestyle battle.
Yeah, I can't
Yeah.
even. I don't even remember.
It seems
I
like
just remember
ages
like
ago.
all of us like dancing on stage to Post Malone for like kind of an uncomfortably long amount of time afterwards,
yeah,
like
yeah.
holding up the prizes. It's like-
Congratulations.
yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, like, what I was gonna say though was it's incredible to see this like progression in everyone in the scene, because like ONTK, SBB, Shed Beat Boys, Sam
Word.
Hill, and even JPB and
Psychonauts.
Psychonauts, man, like. We're all like, everyone's like, what's your SoundCloud? Oh, it's this. What's your SoundCloud? Oh, it's this. And it's like everyone just throwing around SoundCloud, and then now to look at it is like, oh, we're on Spotify, we're on
Yeah.
Google
Yeah.
Play,
And
we're
like
on,
9 months
Blowing up.
ago, I didn't know like you, or I didn't
Word.
know any of your crew at all.
Yeah.
And you guys are hype.
Word,
And I
thanks,
feel like
man.
we all have a bit of a bond with each other. And
For sure.
For like being each other's competition per se, we're doing really good, and we're really helping each other out a lot.
Yeah,
all of
for
us
sure.
as a
Yeah.
collective in Lethbridge.
Yeah, I mean,
That's
it's
good to
just like it's
see.
too small of a city to really look at it with that super competitive mindset.
Yeah.
It's like none of us are really competing with each other there at the end of the day. It's like we're competing with every other city in the fucking
Yeah.
world,
Yeah.
right?
Exactly.
It's
Yeah.
like, yeah, it doesn't really make sense to like get lost, like eating
But,
each other alive on that low
But it's
level.
so easy to.
Yeah, for
in
sure.
a sense, yeah, right?
Yeah.
Egos get in the way really easily, and I feel that everyone here is like just super humble and just
Yeah.
trying to be the best person they can be. And
Yeah, there
fucking
was,
everyone loves music, and that's the one
Yeah,
thing we
for
all
sure.
share. So
There was a homie from Calgary, Jay McLean. He's actually playing at the upcoming show.
Word, he was at that We Are Hip Hop show, right?
The guy who did like
No, he was
everything
at
off
the.
Dome?
He was at one of the
He was at
studio
the
shows.
JPB release party and the JPB.
Psychonauts release.
He was at
Psychonauts-
one of those studio shows. I think he might have been at that one. I met him and like Clark Lean and all of them in the same night
Yeah,
at studio.
that was that show that he did, and he was just like, he pulled me aside and he's like, bro, I got to talk to you, man. Like, you're JPB's manager, right? I'm like, yeah. He's like, you guys have so much love. Like, I've never been in a city where there's so much love. And I'm like,
Word.
for reals? And he's like, yeah. He's like, everyone in like everywhere else is like dog eat dog. And it's like, oh, we're not fucking with this crew because, you know,
Yeah, I
they
definitely kinda
did this
remember.
at this show. And it's like, but you guys are just like seeing y'all like together and like, you know, like it's incredible to see. And that like, that's love. And that's like, I really want to come back. So he's coming back for the We Are Hip Hop Part 4.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
And so what's the date on that?
The date, I'll check with you.
Super crew, fuck you.
It's
Super
in
crew,
July.
Fuck you. Super
Yeah, it's the We Are Hip Hop Part 4 at the Smokehouse, July 20th.
July 20th. Word.
Yeah, so that's gonna be pretty hype. I think it's on a Friday, and yeah, check it out. It's on Facebook. We Are Hip Hop Part 4.
That'll be fun.
Word.
Illest Poetics making their debut.
Possibly.
Oh.
I haven't.
No, we are. If
All
we
right, we're
show
gonna-
up,
we
we
show
are
up.
getting on.
We show up. We're not on the bill. You
don't
best
care.
believe we're on going to be on the stage. But
Yeah, they
yeah,
better let you on.
yeah, but yeah, it's just like incredible. Like just going back to the whole family, but dynamic though. Like
Yeah.
so much support for like everyone out there, and like there's like even like the listening party that you guys had for the ONTK album.
Word.
Like just seeing everyone just kind of like, all right, last song, let's all dance and vibe together. And it's
Yeah.
like, fuck yeah. And I was
Yeah.
like, oh, just loving it. And like people jumping right from once they get off work to rush on down just so they can make at least one song.
Word. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then even like if they don't make any songs, like they still come hang out.
Exactly.
Just, like,
Yeah.
say
Yeah.
what's up.
Stratum.
Yeah.
Stratum came on by last minute. And well, Hayes came on
yeah,
by.
album was over already. Just came to
Yeah.
hang out, say
Show
what's
some
up.
love.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really incredible though. And yeah, that's what kind of like brought me and Taylor just kind of sit around and just like kind of think about like, well, like he's kind of the man behind Sam Hill, I'm the man behind JPB. So like let's take advantage of it, just see where it goes. And so that's what kind of like we're just
Damn.
kind of brewing
So
up
who's
some
the
stuff.
man behind Il Po then?
Oh,
Ooh.
we're gonna get in a big old pretzel here.
I think we gotta like do like a WWE wrestling competition to see Scott Steiner him.
No, my vote's for Yahtzen for sure.
Yeah, Yahtzen. Yahtzen is the main thread. I'll
Yeah.
say that.
The thread.
But
And if
yeah,
he could be behind his threats, well then I guess he's God.
but yeah, no, it's just incredible. I'm super excited to start working with him and see where we end up. And like, there's like Lethbridge is so incredible because like you have so much talented people that are so like down to earth that are just
Yeah.
willing to work with you. And it's like, for instance, Mercedes Fons, her music, like she jumped on JPB's album. I had to record her, and like she was like she came in with nothing, and she was like, what do I do? What do I say? I'm like, that's all up to you. You develop what you want to say. You put it on there and like write something. And so she wrote a little thing, and I helped her, and then she came out with Fight to Succeed. And like that song, like she's jumping on the June 30th show at the open book reading for an artist.
Can you be there in person?
Yeah, so she's showing up in person. She's been kind of like MIA because she's been sick.
Yeah.
So like, you know, but she's all better now. So it's actually incredible. Like and
Thinking
you
of you,
also have-
Mercedes. Love you.
Yeah, and then you have like the band Green Bones, like the guitarist there, Ryan Shaw. Like he's been super helpful with some stuff, and like going to like back to like Yahtzen and like, you know, even Javi, you know, like everyone's just
Word.
kind of like down to work with each other.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I feel like Javi honestly plays a big role in that mentality because, like, you know, he's he's kind of like the senior dude in the whole scene. He's like,
Yeah.
he's kind of the guy like leading everybody, and he's just been around for long enough that he understands that it's a waste of time to get into that super competitive mindset with like everybody who's in your scene. It's like that's who you have the opportunity to be making music with, so you should really just like make the most of that. And I feel like I mean, at every show he's there like front row the whole time,
Right.
hyping everybody up,
Yeah.
getting excited, and like, you know, he's always down to work, and he's just got that really community oriented mindset about the whole thing, and I think that really propagates down to everybody. Everybody kind of just looks up to him and sees that, and
I
yeah,
remember like the We Are Hip Hop, going back to that, like he was the guy repping every competitor. Like he was
Word.
right there, dead and center. And then everyone was just sitting down and is like, "Come on, people, like get up
yeah.
off your ass and like support." And you see these guys on the stage tearing it up, and I'm like, and then but you see, you know, Javi, you know, Al Rev like just going for it, and I was like, oh, like that's the energy that he gave, and like
yeah.
you know, he played a big role for that too.
Yeah, every show he's always up there, right?
Yeah.
And that's just like it helps people get the confidence to get up there and join him. It doesn't feel so weird,
Yeah.
you know. Like when everybody's sitting down, it's kind of tough to break that barrier of everybody's like standing up,
Yeah.
dancing, having a good time, not feeling so self-conscious.
Yeah.
But if there's already a group of people doing it, then it's just like that herd mentality, basically. You'll
That-
gravitate towards it, and then it's fine. But somebody has to take that first stand, right?
That energy, man, like that he gave, it made me reflect right now to like the Psychonaut send-off party when like the whole like crowd was going for it, and like freaking Fiend Braden like was like even getting crowd surfed around, and like Ryan, the guy from Big Al's, the record store owner there, he was like, no, please don't let it get out of hand. I don't want cops here. And he's like, he just jumped down, and there's like everyone just going for it. But that was like that night was like
That
one of
was
those nights
so
was,
hype.
like,
And dry show, no liquor sold at the show. Everybody's just genuinely hype as fuck. It's not
Yeah.
because they're fucked up. They're just super excited for the music.
right.
That was one of the best ones in Lethbridge for sure.
Yeah, that was awesome.
A fun show.
Yeah,
For
and it
being
was-
at a comic or record store, like wow, we sure
Yeah.
did a hell of a job cleaning that shit up.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. He's super supportive. Like there's so many like businesses out there that are supportive of like artists too, like Shad Entertainment. or-
Yeah, well, I mean, both the record stores in town, I've worked with both of them on
Yeah.
stuff. They're both super helpful. Like the last show that I did, the Rebirth show, that was with Street Legal is what they're called now. It used to be Blueprint Records, but they just changed hands and rebranded. So yeah, they helped me put that show on.
That was a hell of a turnout too.
Word. Yeah,
That was
yeah.
a good turnout.
Yeah,
Damn.
that was a fun show.
Yeah, that was super dope.
And I put one on at Blueprint Records before I met either of you guys. This was like
With
over
Mike?
a year ago. Yeah. But this was like over a year ago. It was actually the first show that I put on. I hit up Mike about putting on the show there, and he was like kind of leery, but I kind of kept harassing him about it, and then he eventually agreed to do it. And then we just had this huge turnout. He was super stoked on it. It kind of came out of nowhere for him.
I mean, there's so many gifted artists out here. That's
Yeah.
that's it though. It's like what did someone said it at the last show. They were like, you get on that stage, and if you shine and you just do your thing, and if you kill it on stage, then you have nothing to worry about.
Word.
And like every artist and brought their own diverse sound. Like
Yeah.
that's one thing that I love about this scene is like everyone just brings their own sound, and like you have
True.
JPB like the West Coast style,
Yeah.
like the more Dr. Dre, Ice Cube flow,
Right.
and then you have like ONTK, which is like this like very like lyrical type of sound, and then you have Sam Hill, which is like more modern and like just like it's just
High
incredible.
energy, but even then, it's like it doesn't sound generic modern. They
Exactly.
blend in
yeah.
all these rock elements that you
Yeah.
wouldn't really hear anywhere else.
It's the metal rap EDM dudes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Simply put.
And like it's just like everyone has their own style, and that's what makes like this scene so incredible is like you put all these energetic people together, and
Yeah.
you put them on one stage, and they're gonna
You can make a really dynamic set, like a really dynamic night of
Exactly.
entertainment. Lots of different stuff. Because, yeah, there's so many small time rappers who are just spitting a million bars over YouTube trap instrumentals, and it sounds, it all sounds the same after a while. So
Exactly.
yeah,
we're
and
pretty blessed.
yeah, like that's one thing that I like. Every time there's a show, I'm like after work, I'm like, oh, I really don't want to. I'm so tired, and then I would think about like the energy. I'm like, okay, the love, and I'm like, all right. Freaking hypeness, the rap, the music, the scene. I'm like, all right, okay, let's
Like,
go.
what else am I doing?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, and then like, yeah, I guarantee like if any newcomer comes to this place and checks out a show like with all these names on there, like, come check it out because you're gonna be in a ride of your life, man.
I was talking to this dude the other night. It was this guy from Croatia, and he was talking. I was like, "Yo, the shows in Lethbridge, they fucking suck." And I was like, I was a little hurt. Like, I was a little. But to be fair, he hadn't been to any of our shows. Like, he just went to a couple. Like, I don't know. There are definitely a lot of shows that have been put on that have not been so fun.
Well, I was
so he goes to
talking-
these shows with like, I don't know, just like low turnouts, and people are like afraid to go dance, and it's just too big of a venue for how many people are there. That kind of thing.
Cartel Madras.
Yeah.
I know you guys did a show with them.
Yeah, the Forte night at the university.
Yeah.
They came, well, Sam Hill was on the lineup, and they came and did a song with Sam Hill. They did a freestyle over that Slump God beat, Catch Me Outside, which was actually the Missy Elliott beat.
Yeah.
Flipped. Yeah.
And then I know you guys did a show with them, and then me and Jared we set up for his show, and it so happened that they were like just like right after Jared, and they were like incredible, like these girls are incredible, and I'm like, oh hey, like this is JPB, he's from Lethbridge. She's like, Lethbridge, oh yeah, I know that scene. Yeah, that's a hype scene you guys have. That's a freaking like, and she's like, I'd love to go back there. So like, you know, like, and then also talking with this indigenous group, they're called Snotty Nose Res Kids, and they're blowing up like in the BC side, and they were like just blown away with how like how dynamic Jared was, and he even threw Stratum on the set too, and just to help them out. And like he's like, I'd love to come back and see what you guys been brewing up.
Yeah, I feel like people are always surprised. Like Connor, the dude who shot the special interest video that just dropped a couple days ago, he's from he's actually from here initially, but he lives in Ottawa right now, and he was just back for a little bit when we shot that video, and he was like, man, I've been like all around the world. I'm like, honestly, Lethbridge got some of the best rappers, which is pretty sick.
Yeah, like Snotty Nose Res Kids were like, he's like, where are you guys from? And we're like, oh, from Lethbridge. Let's where? I was like, oh, it's a small little city. He's like, I've never heard of it.
Word.
And I was like, well, you're about to, like, just giving you a little sneak peek.
For sure.
And that's what gets me excited, especially like when like, you know, artists like Mad Child or like, you know, Junk and Locksmith come on down, and they see that dynamic that everyone brings to the table, and they're like, this is a fun place. Yeah, I want to come back.
Yeah, word. Yeah, for sure. Like, from what I understand, before I kind of got into the scene a couple years ago, there was a big slump, kind of like since DJ Buddha passed away. There was kind of a big slump in the scene, and then the scene starts picking back up, and then these different artists come from other places expecting their Lethbridge show in the middle of the week to be super bunk, and all of a sudden it's like it's their hypest show that they've done like all week, right? And they're like, holy shit, and it's kind of putting Lethbridge on the map for all these people traveling from all these other places, which is cool.
Yeah, it's like
it's already happening.
It is, and like with Clark Lean, like he's like, man, I want to come back. Come back, and I'm like, well, we'll think of something.
Yeah, he was saying like the same thing to me as you were saying. Jay McClain was basically saying where it's just that the scene up there is just cutthroat. It's kind of divided, right? You have all these little mini scenes, and it's difficult to get everybody to work together.
Yeah.
Which is we're totally blessed to have everybody be on the same page like that down here.
Oh yeah, definitely.
The egos are in check.
Yeah, and like with even with the Mad Child show that's coming up, like I'm just excited to just like see what we can bring to that table.
Word,
and,
yeah.
Like, you know, the SDK family, like, you know, like those guys are like they're already like coming back, and like Junk just did a show like last year. And he came back again, so he's like, "Oh, I want to do another one."
Not even a year ago; it was like months ago. I feel like when he did that.
It was like November, almost December.
It was at the new Smokehouse location. I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it couldn't have been that long ago. That last show that he did. But anyway, definitely people are making a lot of stops through here.
Yeah,
gotta keep it going. Get them coming on the weekends. That's when it really pops off.
Right. Let it fall. Pick us over another town. Right.
Absolutely. Well, yeah, and I'm excited. There's some stuff happening this summer too. There's this music festival that's getting put on, undisclosed location, but it's called like Summer 18. Like Sammy and the Fiend are on there, ONTK are on there, Shed Beat Boys, Trademark, a bunch of other people. So that'll be sweet. And I know I'm talking to lots of people around here about wanting to get outdoor shows happening and stuff like that, so it'd be pretty good.
Yeah, definitely. Like a lot of people are brewing up to do like festival style shows around here, and I'm excited because just to be in that environment again, it's gonna be incredible. And I can't wait.
Yeah, for sure.
Word.
But yeah, like with going back to like IllXplicit and Poe, that's pissed off, right?
That I am.
Yeah, that's I just learned that like freaking like just before this podcast. And I was like, oh shit, that's what it means. Okay, all right.
Pissed off.
Yeah, but yeah, I always loved his flow. He has like this very like Outcast style that I like, and it's that lyricalness, and he just loves like making fun of like
You're talking about me?
yeah.
Outcast. That's a compliment.
Uh-oh.
Big compliment.
Sure, that's some big shoes to fill there,
Big
bud.
pedestal. Big pedestal.
But it's like, you know, and the thing that he does is like he just does his freestyles, and it's just like poking fun at himself because he's, you know, able to laugh at himself.
Exactly.
And
My
I was like-
insecurities are the only thing keeping me secure.
Yeah, it's incredible to watch this guy like just go off the dome. Like it's very, very fucking like it's almost like he wrote it. And I'm
Let's
like,
test it then.
all right,
Throw a beat on.
Yeah, plug one in.
sure.
You have one or
Yeah, I can definitely do that.
pass one on too.
Let's check it out here.
All right.
I don't know. Would you want to do it over like mine or just an instrumental?
Dude, if you got like Soul Punch or something on that phone,
Okay, yeah, I can do that. Soul
Wait,
Punch.
hold on.
it's an IllXplicit exclusive. Hey, yeah. How the levels? Okay, we dropping in. Wild pole popping on this bitch. Off the dome. I forgot about the YL. It stands for young lost, but I'm getting old. But I'm still pissed off that I'm like 24. What the fuck, you know? I never hit a single note because I'm on the drone. Flying above your home, ready to radio. KJ, take it over. Hey.
Yo, we coming back with another steady collapse, cause you know we do this in fact. We born and put it on stacks. I'm just mumbling my words, but I don't give a damn. I do have a nerve. Would you like for me to understand? Because no, I don't. I give a good goddamn. It's another music that you will never understand. It's just going with the zone, cause we on patrol. Now fuck it, we on some old Millie. You want some? Go ahead and take a shot. Take a shot on the flow. We gonna keep on losing ourselves as we lose control. But we do it by the dome, and the dome keeps us hype. How we gonna flow when we jump with the stage with the
I'm
mic?
raging like I'm Donkey Kong. Man, I'm about to rampage like I'm on your mind. Man, I hate to be offensive, but I know I'm offending everyone. And I'm okay, I'm sorry, I'm stupid, I'm hating it, I'm loving it, I'm doing some stupidest shit that I've ever spit. I'm trying to use the music as therapeutic, not egotistic. Okay, I'm sorry, I already wrote that one down. I had to go into my notes, and now I don't need one anymore, cause I'm a tablet in my brain, and I be going so insane. I feel like Andre 3K, I feel like Big Boy, okay? I feel like I'm from the ATL, I'm from the LETF, and it's hot as hell. I don't give a fucking F, and I don't give a fucking shit. I don't wanna lick your bitch, I just wanna lick a clit, then send her on her way. I wanna be like, okay, now I'm getting modern. Fuck that shit, stop me already, stop me.
Yo, we coming back. Yeah, we coming back. These motherfuckers don't even know how to act. Yes, we coming back. Yeah, we coming back. Yeah, we coming back. And these motherfuckers don't know how to
Yo,
act.
come blacking out, I'm blacking in. A new day and I do it all again. I said, fuck blacking out, I'm blacking in. A brand new day, gonna do it again.
IllXplicit, we getting specific. This is not of the words, it's not thing I've written. This is just a victimize of the freestyle territory. If you can get really gory, cause we glorious, horniest, motherfucking orgiest. That's just the word I made up. Do you like our story? Because you know we flowing with the heaviest. Hypnotic, psychonauts, loving, gimmick. What you wanted, cause we know we the dual dynamics. Live on location, a white trash and a savage. Nah, I'm just kidding, those are some lines I read before. But I wanna hear Yahtzen spit on this mic like he never before. Okay, well that's okay, cause I'll coming back and I'll do it all again. I like round 3, I like round 4. Let's see how many shots it takes us to get us to the floor. Because you know, we like the bitches that adore us. We like the bitches that wanna implore us, endure us. Because you know we like florists, we'll give you some roses. Poe, tell them what you want.
I'm getting endorsed by fucking dolphins. memes and stupid shit. And I don't know, but it's on my hat, and I feel like I'm creating a new trend. And it's being dumb and ignorant.
Try this one. You ever play the Wii?
Ooh.
Ooh. I think one of these is peaking. It might be him.
Possibly. Alright, I'll go for it. Aye.
Spit something.
Lyrically, I'm invested. Motherfucker, you know that that's tested. If you can't get with the Western, motherfucker, I can like Smith Weston. What you can't do, what you cannot hide. Motherfuckers acting like they just lost their mind. They don't know how to go surprise, but I'm going in between that bitch's thighs. Let it collapse like on heavy. Motherfucker, you fuck with the lead. Me the hell's what you can't spell. YQLL, yes we do it so well. You can't spell. Why YQL? I'm gonna go, so I'm gonna try to figure out something right here. It goes. Entering the room with a big surprise. Two misfits with a pair of dark green dice. One a hellraiser, the other Venice slayer. Additives to their own natural behavior. Addicted to those drinks that those demons offer. Got you fixed ugly, so they know not to bother. Ugly so much they know that the doctor. Prepare to your patients, born from the gutter. Sluggish and smooth to make it grow plush. One hopping, one digging post cigarette butts. Never happened with those violins. The roots of the grain kings and the prairies of Alberta. So when you see the faces, crack them open. Don't let the tail use to go from the focus. The street needs 1,000 hands to hold it. Unlike it's so right for your focus to be chosen.
Yo, let's get into perfection. We got your attention. We got the intention to spread like an infectious disease. When it's that your funny lip, the one about to make you sneeze. Yeah, believe you me, I'm in it for the right reasons. No matter I don't mind on what the fuck I'm saying. I don't need to read shit. I throw my phone across the fucking room. And I'm pissed at it. I lost all my data. I lost all my friends. I lost all my lovers. I lost all my friends. I lost all my data, but I'm not it back. 'Cause I gotta wait till next month till I pay that shit. Like fuck that. Next time you hear me, you rap. Next time you hear me, you see me. I'm back. I'm back and you think about all the shit that I said. And I meant every single word that I said, bitch. And I'm on a new shit. And I'm on a new shit. That's my inhale. And I don't give a fuck till I peep. 'Cause I feel like the best ever, like Peep and X. And I miss them. So rest in peace, please. Rest in peace, rest in power, rest in paradise, my babies.
Well, it's time to play with my host, and I've got Jack, Jim, Ill, and Poe on the fucking mic. Calling up the girls, but they get no votes. It was wishful thinking later down at the club. And on crack, it's made a disaster. Motherfucking you motherfucker, let's go after. Cause we flowing, we're dynamic. Go ahead, Yahtzen, get out.
Talk about bad bitch, bad hell. Taking all my fucks and I put them on the shelf. You can find me in my room, vibing with my own self. Kids be talking bitch, but I'm trying to find a wealth. Tell me what the fuck you staring at? Why the fuck you blaring that shit? What you think about it? Your family doing bad too. Shit, I kinda care about what I like, that I'm scared of it. Plus, girls trying to tear strip. Ayy, go behind and ahead of the times. Affinity for beats that I'm trying to rhyme. I don't give a fuck. The second line, fine, piling up. Commit crimes, waste time like accounting dollars. Dropping dimes, getting fucked about some dollars. All the bitches on my feet, and knowing me tomorrow. Trying to see if I got some eyes I can borrow.
I'm pissed, yeah, I'm lost, yeah. And I don't know what the fuck I'm on. And I know what I gotta make, but I know how the fuck I'm supposed to make it. And I know what I gotta say, but I don't know how the fuck I'm supposed to say it. Shouts out to Yahtzen, he started this. And he fucking making it nonsense. He's so insane all day, man. And I'm thinking too much of the brain, man. And another this fuck now. I need to go home and get my ass out. I'm punching myself. Fuck every bitch in the world right now. Say, I eat my own ass, bitch. Hey, yeah, I eat my own ass, bitch. Hey, I eat my own ass, bitch. Hey,
Hey, hey, yeah, illy, silly, motherfuckers really. Yes, you know I fuck a bitch even if she's a hillbilly. But you know this. If you can't fuck with me, I'll fuck with this because you know I'm flowing on the mic with scripts. Nah, I'm just kidding, off the dome, off control because you know what we know. Lyrical enticement, this way I like this motherfucker wanna be a bomb, do it like this. How you gonna flow? Self-righteous. Yes, you know I do it with the conscious stats, but fuck it, I'll keep it on down earth like that, like trap, like motherfuckers giving up what they get back, cause you don't know me like that. Get back, you don't know me like that. Coming, Luda, with a Chris, motherfucker, do it this. How you gonna flow with this? Ill-Explicit on the go, man, you can't do it like this.
yo,
Shout out to like Nintendo for fucking like to Wii, like, oh.
yeah, that's a good one. That's fire shit, boys.
I hear one more.
Sweet.
The
You-
three fingers.
Oh, life. Fingers of death.
Yo, it's the holy trinity of life. Yo, Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Look at me, it's Jesus Christ. I'm Pontius Pilate, crucifying every fucking MC that I've ever seen in the scene. Jokes, I love you all, and I praise you with my heart. I treat it like my soul, so I see through every lie, every vision, every fucking sweet poison.
this is. My name is IllXplicit. I'd like to welcome you to the show. I like to help you up and I like to help you grow. Now fuck it, I'm doing it for myself. I do this shit because I don't play well with others, but I'm just kidding. I love the family and the dynamics. I love everyone who gives a fuck about the climate. Cause you know that's being fresh on the Midwest, because you can't fuck around when you're fucking with the best. Because you know, this is where we from. This is YQL, and this is where shit gets done. This is where we from. YQL, you know what? This is the place where we all get it done. Yeah, we have enough fun. Yes, we have enough drinks. Yes, we have enough girls that wanna suck. Yeah, you finished that up. I like that sentence you said. I like the sentence that gets more fucked up. But I'm just kidding, I ain't playing by that waiver. I see female artists going shit. Damn, I'm a nature. I'm nasty by nature. And I don't give a fuck, cause I have an appetite for fucking flavor. And yeah, we respect that. Equality matters.
That was sick. You guys usually finish each other off?
No,
No.
fucking Jay never gets off, and
No.
I come too quick. Came too quick.
Dual dynamic, live on location,
That
a
was
white
dope.
trash and a savage.
Yeah.
Hey.
Only one needs to finish. Remember, kids, hard work beats talent.
Yeah, like eat your vegetables.
Yep.
Stay into it. But yeah, thanks for having us on, man. Like,
Yeah, no worries, man. It was a pleasure. Thanks for coming
fun.
down. It was good hanging out with you guys. I feel like I've never had like a good like conversation with the two of you guys, so it was good
I know.
to have the opportunity. We always see each other at shows and stuff. It's always
Oh,
very chaotic,
definitely.
very hectic,
Yeah.
very loud.
yeah, like I've been trying to reach at you for like the longest time. It's like, I just want to talk with him. I just want to talk with him. And you're like, yeah. And then like even with like Brett too. Like Brett's like, dude, I got that flow. Like you want it.
Right.
I'm like distracted trying to run Jared's set. And
Word,
I'm like, oh
yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll be right back. And then like, you know, shit just happens, you know.
Yeah, everybody gets super busy, man. But no, man, it's good. You gotta take that time sometimes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, and I got way more time now that Animal Crackers is done, dropping next week, June 29th.
Peep it. Google,
all
Spotify,
platforms?
Apple
All the
Music.
platforms, yeah.
Yeah.
Major streaming.
We're in for a treat.
I am
Oh,
so
yeah.
excited. Like I created a little playlist, and I think like whoever has Spotify and Apple Music should create a playlist. Just call it Lethbridge Hip Hop, because that's what I have on Google Play, and it's every artist that
Yeah.
released every song on every major platform.
I think I'm gonna get Spotify. I'm gonna get they're getting rid of Google Music or Google Play Music. It's
Yeah,
switching
it's
over to YouTube,
YouTube
Music,
Music.
and it like
Oh.
doesn't remember any of my listening history or like saved artists or any of that shit. So I was like, fuck it, I may as well just get Spotify. If I'm gonna have to start from scratch anyway, because Spotify is supposed to be pretty sick with like the user created playlists and stuff. It'd be cool to just get into creating playlists of just other shit that I'm into, and that's
Yeah.
like a good way for other people to find out about you, because lots of
Like
people
Yahtzen
will go and
beats.
listen to these Spotify playlists,
Yeah,
and then I'll
yeah.
just work my own shit into there, and like
See, I'm a salesman.
that
And I'm
angle.
a salesman, and you just sold me Spotify.
There you
like
go.
I'm gonna get it.
There you go.
I'm gonna jump ship. I'm
fucking
sorry.
sign on the dotted line, baby.
Yeah.
Walk you through.
But yeah,
Close
no,
it.
definitely. Like I was definitely talking with like you guys and
Yeah.
SBB. I'm like, dude, we need to set up like a playlist so other outsiders can be like, who the fuck, what's Lethbridge? And like they search up Lethbridge hip hop and they find.
Spotify's got to get Masquerade on Spotify, the track I worked on with them.
Yeah.
I've been harassing them about it. If you're listening,
Yeah,
get it
yeah.
up. I'll put it up if you can't.
Yeah, exactly. And like I'm excited to hear the Animal Crackers.
Word.
And you guys actually had Animal Crackers at your show too.
We did. We had some animal crackers and meat slices. I got to have the refreshments for people. I offered you guys some blueberries today. I offered you some animal crackers a couple days ago.
Yachtzen's a hell of a host.
Yeah, certainly. Like I remember, like I was like, "Oh shit, don't you have to get these from the States?" Like, yeah, at the States Safeway. Oh shit, they sell them in Canada. I didn't even know that.
The
Yeah.
special order from aisle 8.
Yes.
That's the
Oh,
one.
fuck
Yeah, for
yeah.
sure. Well, yeah. I mean, what did you think of the album? How'd you feel about it?
Oh, it's something definitely like worth checking out. At
Word.
Like, I like all these songs I haven't heard. Like, cause I heard your music from like Special Interests.
Yeah.
And, like, those songs are like, I heard those and I was like,
Uh-huh.
bopping to them, and I still listen to them, and like, well, whatever I can find on
Uh-huh.
like Google, Spotify, SoundCloud, anywhere.
Yeah.
And like, there was one track, Marmalade. It was just like that one just hit me, and I was just like, oh fuck yes.
Word.
And like just the flow that you guys all brought to
Word.
the table, like Yeah, I'm excited for it to hear this album.
Hey,
I was not at the release, but I am super excited because I've seen these guys perform
Hey.
and their chemistry. Oh, all you guys up there just you know what to do at the perfect
well,
time,
thanks, man. That means a lot.
and it's really admirable for sure.
Word. I
good.
mean, yeah, you guys have a super good chemistry too. Like the group chemistry you got going on with Sammy and the
Yep.
Fiend.
Yep.
For sure, for
It
sure.
doesn't come natural.
Doesn't come
Definitely
natural.
takes- well, like with anyone, really, it takes
Yeah.
time.
Yeah,
Takes
yeah,
a
yeah.
lot. Takes
Well, yeah,
work.
you guys seem like you just like have spent many hours just hanging
Oh,
out with each
course.
other.
Oh, yeah, we're
vibing.
family.
Yeah. Well, did you grow up in Tabor?
Yeah, me and Tyler have known each other for 15 years. And
Okay.
Tyler and Braden have known each other for 15 years.
Word.
I was just kind of acquainted with Braden, but over the last 10, 11 months, I haven't even really been hanging out with the guy for a year, and I feel like he's one of my best friends. I know more
Word.
about him than I do a lot of people, so...
Sometimes that's how it happens, and I
Yeah.
mean that's usually like how you make the best friends. It's like you know right away.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And I love you, Braden, no matter how much shit I talk about you. Because there's a lot.
It's like that brother vibe. It's like I love you, but sometimes there's just still sometimes. But
Yeah.
like you know, like that's the like the dynamic that like a lot of people see with the groups, is especially with like Chevy Boys, ONTK,
Yeah.
JPB and Co. You know, Sammy and the Fiend and Wild Poe. Like you guys just like all have that dynamic family vibe.
Yeah.
And like it's just it.
You can't find that in big cities.
No, you-
Not very easily, anyway.
It's a lot tougher. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if you guys have ever spent any time living in a big city, but it it puts.
I'm actually from Calgary.
Oh, word. Yeah,
Yeah.
I grew up in High River, but my dad lived in Calgary, so I'd go visit him on the weekends.
Yeah.
And yeah, it just puts you in a different mentality. Like, there's too many people. You can't like look everybody in the eye. You can't say hello to everybody, right?
Yeah.
Like, you can't. It's just like you have to kind of filter shit out, and then it just. It's even though there's more people around, you kind of get disconnected more and more isolated in a weird way.
I can see that.
Yeah, like just with the East Town Get Down festival they had, like they wanted Jared to come back, and I'm like, Jared, we need to take Lethbridge up there, and he's like, oh, certainly.
Yeah.
Like, we'll kill it next
Fuck
year.
yeah.
And I was like, hell yeah. So we're doing that, and at the same time I'm trying to like capture all these names and emails and like phone numbers from all these different people that are like,
Yeah.
yo, I do this and I do that, and it's like, okay, there's so much people like just chilling. I'm used
Yeah.
to like a small vibe like Lethbridge, but at
Right.
the same time it's like progressive.
Right.
And that's what I love. That's what I love about, you know, going to the big cities. I'm just a city. I'm a city dude.
Yeah.
I've always been. I always had that city mentality.
So, what high school did you go to in Calgary?
I went to William Aberhart.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
In the Northwest area.
Word. Yeah.
Yeah, shout out to the Trojans.
Yeah. I worked with some people who went to William Aberhart. I worked in. Do you know Martel Loop?
Yep.
I worked at this breakfast restaurant called the Loop Breakfast House. Or did you know any of the Nelly's restaurants up in Calgary? Have you
No,
ever seen any of those?
no.
Oh, word. Well, it was just this breakfast restaurant. I fucking worked in the kitchen there. My dad ran the place, and then I
Nice.
fucking washed dishes. Started cooking when I was a little older.
Yeah.
Grinded it out in there.
Same about me when I was like, well, 13. I was like,
Yeah.
jumped in the kitchen and just.
Word.
I wanted that iPod so I can play my music.
That's
And I was
exactly
like-
it, right?
Parents were like, no, we ain't buying you that shit. You got to earn it.
Yeah.
All right, cool. And so I started working, and
Yeah.
yeah, like I love Calgary. Like I've always been a huge fan. Like every time I go, I always have to either go to Kensington or 17th Ave just to
Word.
go. Like
yeah, those are definitely the hot spots.
yeah,
Lots of cool little shops and shit are like all in Kensington, and like lots of cool bars all along 17th.
yeah, like Kensington I love just because it has that small business vibe.
Yeah.
And more personal, less franchise. I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm a sucker for franchise, but like, my passion is in small records. Like even with Blueprint, I always go there, and even the guy who
Yeah.
owns it was like, "Oh, hey, how you doing today?" And I'm
Yeah, I
"Oh,
like
not
to
so bad."
support the local businesses where I can, right? Like I feel like it's a lot less soul sucking than having to work for a big organization. So if people are able to do that rather than have to work for these big companies, I'd rather support that.
Yeah,
It's just like
I mean,
more
like,
community vibe.
well, I work through the BRZ, the Business Revitalization Zone downtown,
Okay, yeah.
and that kind of threw me in that whole dynamic of local
Word, yeah, it
biz.
makes sense.
Yeah, and so I would do a lot of stories, and ironically, I was kind of pushing Mike from Blueprint to like,
Yeah.
I was like, can I do a story on your event? And he's like,
Yeah.
I don't know if I have time. I'm like, okay, I'll come back tomorrow afternoon and I'll talk. And finally he was like, okay, we'll do an interview. Come record store day. We'll talk about that.
Word.
And that was like sweet. And then like doing interviews for like Kapow Comics and, you know, Piggyback Poutine, all those little shops. And that's what kind of made me like accept Lethbridge, because like I was never a fan of it, and then until I got to know the local businesses, and it just brought that same element what Calgary Kensington had.
Yeah, you got to spend an afternoon just walking around downtown, poking your head in shops, checking it out. Like there's lots of cool stuff down there. People complain about how Lethbridge is boring, but I mean any city, it's just what you make of it, right? Like I don't really know like what more they have going on in these big cities that they don't have going on here. It's just like 6 iterations of the same thing up there instead of just one, right?
Yeah, like even like a few weeks ago we went to Pavan Park, which I'd never been, and people are like, "You've never been here?" And I'm like, "I don't know, man. I'm from Calgary, so like, that's just my defense."
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
We got a party at Pavan.
Ooh.
Hey.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is going down there?
I know something's brewing up.
We just
that's
got a
all
party.
I know.
We just gotta pick a date and do it.
Yeah. We should probably
down.
We should probably do something about that.
I got all the equipment. We got PA speakers. We got the mixer.
You got 2 artists right here.
Artists right here. We got hell artists. Oh shit.
Yeah. No, I'm like that's just the one thing. I like how like everyone's just coming up with ideas and stuff. Like, oh, we should do this. Oh yeah, let's do this. And it's like,
well, and then the follow through, right? Because ideas are a dime a dozen, but like people are like actually like putting in the work and all coming together. I mean, even like we were just talking about the record shops, like all of us like got together and cleared out the basement at Big Al's record shop when they moved into that place and had all this junk in the basement. Like we had like 20 people that all squatted up, banded together, and cleared out all this stuff. Like
I've never felt like such a family.
Oh, that was such a that was actually like a really sweet day, because I was like, oh, I gotta haul shit and like it's hot out, and I'm like, okay, so I go and it's just like everyone's like, hey, have a beer, have a pizza, and I'm like, all right.
Let's move some shit.
Yeah, like watching Sam and The Fiend and Poke roll up, watching ONTK and crew roll up.
We made quick work of that shit too. I thought we were gonna be there for a long time, but it only took like an hour or two, and then and we just got to chill.
Well, shouts out to Lizzie Mack, who was probably there for a lot longer than we were.
Yeah. Oh yeah, she was like there. Like I was early on, and she was already there, and she was like, "Hey, like like whenever you want to start," and I'm like, "Okay," and like it was just crazy to see everyone just kind of
big shout out. She brought everyone together.
Yeah,
got it all set up.
Literally putting together the muscle.
Yeah, assembling the muscle.
Yeah,
word.
The fucking like the train that we had was hauling all these like glasses and whatnot. Oh, that was fun though. I had a lot of fun. Yeah,
for sure. Yeah, we got to do something with that basement space. We gotta keep it to like just a few people. Like that's initially where we were talking about trying to do the Animal Crackers listening party, but he was saying we could only maybe get to say like 15 people down there.
6 to shoot a video down there.
Yeah, I think so.
Strobes and shit. You know?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that would be a really
15, 20 people just raging down there.
Yeah.
That'd be so.
Awesome. Oh, like that would be a good idea to have like kind of like what Jared had with the music video party, have like everyone come together and show like the cameo and whatnot.
Word, yeah,
dude,
Right?
Yeah,
like the new Maroon 5 Cardi B music video.
Dude,
you seen that one?
Totally. That new Beyonce and Jay-Z song.
Ooh, the Carters.
The Carters.
Ape shit.
Look
Look it up. Actually, no, don't. They don't need any more money.
They got enough.
Yeah.
So what else you guys been listening to lately? You listening to any of these Kanye albums that dropped?
Oh yeah, I've been all over them.
Fuck yeah.
Which one was better though, Ye or Kids See Ghosts?
Yo, so honest, like I think that Kids See Ghosts was more refined. Like Kanye kind of had some better verses and shit on there, but I like listening to Ye more front to back. I don't know. Somehow just the way that made me feel, it was better.
In the same boat too.
Word, yeah. Like, I mean, a lot of people say it kind of sounded rushed and slapped together, but I don't know. It felt very.
It kind of was.
It kind of was, but it worked. Like I thought it felt like pretty genuine. Like it had a
so
cool
good.
raw vibe to it.
Good melodies, and good vibes for sure.
I've been checking out a lot of this. Her name's Georgia Smith.
Georgia Smith. I haven't.
Yeah.
I don't know.
With Jay.
No, actually, she has her own album. She just dropped it last
No, like
week.
with a J, like
Yeah, like Jorge
yeah,
Smith.
her voice is insane.
Yeah, I heard her on the new Black Panther album, and she had a song on
Word.
there, and I was like blown away with her voice, and I'm like, I gotta find this chick. So then she came out with an album, and I'm like, all these songs are just crazy, and like she just
Word.
has such a good voice, and then also of course J Rock, like I've been
Yeah.
like fucking with J.
Oh yeah, I've
Rock.
been bumping that one a little bit too. That one's pretty sick.
I heard there's a music video of J. Cole, like with the
Yeah.
Out of Sight, Out of Mind
I
track.
haven't seen
I'm
that one
so
yet.
excited. I'm gonna go home and play that shit like
It's
right
good.
away.
I won't spoil it, but it's
Yeah,
real
well, you
good.
kind of did earlier.
Well, I
but-
won't for the P.
Only for one person.
Joyner Lucas. Check out Joyner Lucas.
Oh yeah, he's sick too.
His album, I don't know, it's a cell phone number. Starts with a 5, maybe? I don't know, but he is really lyrical and he talks about some real shit that broke people face. Like, I don't think this guy's rich. I think he's doing everyday struggle, working the 9 to 5.
Word.
Won't be for long, because, yeah, his album's insane.
Yeah, and you're also telling me about this other artist that was produced by Kanye West.
Oh yeah, the
Ooh.
Tiana Taylor album, the one that just dropped. Like I think it dropped yesterday or like late Friday night. They did the listening party late Thursday night. You know how they've been doing those live streams for each of the listening
Yeah,
parties? Yeah, that happened Thursday night, and then the album dropped a couple days ago. Anyway, she's this R&B soul singer lady, and she's the chick that was dancing in the Fade music video, doing like that whole flash dance thing. And I guess she sings too, and it was fucking nice. And the production on all of these albums has been crazy good. Like, I think he's gone 35 for 35 with these beats. Like, I don't think there's been actually, that one beat on the Nas album, that Cop Shot the Kid one, was kind of fucking annoying. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it was
Yeah,
cool at
it was
first, but like
yeah.
3
A
minutes
little
in,
repetitive,
it
yeah.
was a little bit much. But that's honestly the only one I could think
he
of that I
made up
didn't
for
really
it
like.
on everything, though.
Yeah, absolutely.
Everything
Like,
is like my favorite song right now by Nas and The Dream.
that
by
one
Kanye.
is sick. Yeah.
Damn.
Be anything.
We might need to throw that one on.
I just downloaded all these albums that you guys are pointing to. And
Word.
like, I suggest y'all do the fucking same too, man.
Yeah, for
that's
sure.
That's hype. But like outside of like rap, what else? Like in hip hop, what like in R&B, what other stuff do you listen to?
Oh man, I mean, I listen to like lots of. I mean, I'll just go buy like old random records from garage sales and record shops and stuff like that. So I'll listen to like, I don't know, whatever looks like weird, whatever has like a cool looking cover. So like, I don't know, lots of like jazz music and that sort of thing is good for samples and just like cool to listen to. So I listen to lots of that, lots of hip hop music, lots of random stuff on SoundCloud, like just random like mashups and beats and
Yeah.
stuff that other people are working on. Like, there's some really cool stuff on SoundCloud, so I enjoyed that. And I don't know, it sounds cliche, but I'm open to pretty much anything.
Yeah.
But in a way, I'm also kind of picky.
Yeah. A music snob.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
But I'll listen to like any genre, but I guess there's stuff from every genre that I don't like
Yeah,
also.
Exactly.
Yeah, there's a lot of artists out there. Like that's the one thing that like kind of makes me feel comfortable is like, okay, like if, you know, ONTK was to release an album, what's gonna make them different? And it's like, and then I hear you guys and it's like, oh, okay, cool. There's still hope for us, you know.
Word.
And then like Psychonauts' mixtape was incredible too. Like I actually have a buddy who doesn't even like to come to these shows, and he's
Yeah.
like, when's the next Psychonaut show? I'll come. And I'm like, sweet, yeah, like
Damn.
Brady.
Oh, yeah. He
like-
was bumping, some of their new shit.
Yeah, he was like,
That's awesome. To
he was
see.
going, hey, the whole like,
Oh, word. Yeah, the
different.
Different. They got a music video coming out for that. He was showing me some
cannot
clips
wait.
from it. It looks fucking sick. It looks really good.
You got a sneak peek on that, eh?
I got a little sneak
Oh.
preview, you know?
Yeah, that's dope. Yeah, and like that's what kind of makes me feel comfortable with like, okay, like, well, let's see what we can do and see what we can brew up and bring
Yeah.
to the table, and we'll go from there. And that what makes me like knowing that okay, like we got our support. Now we just need to brew up and see what we can come up with.
Right, for sure, yeah.
No, I'm talking about Ill's Poetics, Ill and Poe, IllXplicit and Poe.
Yeah, word. No, I'm excited to hear what you guys come up with. I'm excited for this We Are Hip Hop show, you know, and whatever else you guys end up doing from there.
Fuck yeah.
Well, how long have we been going for? Oh, yeah, just a little over an hour here. We could Could probably wrap it up here.
Yeah.
It's been good.
Yeah,
for
I'm
sure. It's
sweating. I don't know.
coffee up in here.
You can't see me, but these two dudes are looking at me like, "Yo, you're gonna die." Like, I feel like I'm coming
He's got
down.
the whole leg fan going on, fucking fanning his junk with his knees.
There's a reason. He's not lying.
But no, it's it's a really good honor to be on your podcast, man.
Oh, no worries, man.
Yeah,
Thanks for coming on
pleasure.
for sure. Let the
Yeah.
people know. I want to
Yeah.
get like everybody on here, everybody from the scene, do episodes with everyone, right? Like I think it'd be sweet.
I mean,
That would
like,
be-
yeah, take a listen. Like, check out Psychonauts, check out ONTK, check out Shedby Boys, Sammy and the Fiend, JPB. Check out everyone, Stratum 403, like,
Yep.
you know, everyone who like is like all like the Lethbridge artists, man. Like, they're on SoundCloud. Go and find them, dude. And
Yeah,
they're
man.
even on like now they're going to the major platforms. So check them out because it's definitely fucking worth it.
Word, no doubt.
Yee.
Well-
All right.
Eat your veggies.